What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna be taking a look at the updated 2025 Audi RS3. This one's finished off in Kyalami Green. MSRP is around $71,000. We got the carbon package, the tech package, the sport exhaust package, as well as the design package on it. Shout out to the owner. I'll have his Instagram linked below. He actually used to own an M3 competition. So it'll be really cool to check out this updated car, see what it has to offer. But shout out again to the owner. Let's get right into it. Taking a look at the performance specs for the 2025 Audi RS3, this is going to feature that 2.5-liter inline 5-cylinder turbocharged engine paired only to a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission. This, of course, has Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive system. Overall horsepower is 394 with 369 pound-feet of torque. Current weight is around 3,600 pounds. It also runs on a 14.5-gallon fuel tank, and you're looking at 20 miles per gallon in the city with 30 on the highway, still with a 3.3 tested 0 to 60 time, topping out at 155 miles per hour. The overall length is 178.5 inches with a wheelbase at 103.6. Width is 72.9 and height is 55.8 inches. You're also going to get a 14.8-inch front rotor, which is ventilated and drilled with a massive 6-piston brake caliper. And then you have single-piston calipers in back with a 12.2-inch rotor. And then now moving on to the exterior styling with the updated 2025 Audi RS3. This has a really cool look overall. I especially love it with this bright green and the black accents. For the LED headlights, you have a really nice design with a cool checkered flag to finish off the DRL look. And then this massive gloss grille with a cool triangular shapes for this upper grille. Get the RS3 badge, updated Audi logo as well with kind of a gray and black accent. Forward-facing camera, we have a safety sensor and parking sensors all throughout it. And then on the far right side, you're going to see some of that carbon fiber for the carbon package, and then more openings to provide cooling to all of the radiators. Has a really nice up-to-date look. It's a bit more stylish, I'd say, than the previous gen, so they've done a good job giving it more character. The hood has some really sharp body lines all throughout it, cutting towards the windshield. Really can't complain at all. At the side profile, this has a nice multi-spoke design for these updated 19-inch wheels. I like the red as well for the color contrast on those calipers. And then we have a side parking sensor and a really wide front fender arch. You're going to get a nice trim piece behind that, and you can tell how the RS3 has kind of that wide body look. One really sharp body line cutting through the whole side profile, body colored on the door handles, and then carbon fiber for these mirror caps. We have more gloss black trim, LED turn signal, side view camera as well, and then all gloss black throughout the windows. Up above, we have that panoramic sunroof in the front, and then a painted gloss black rear portion of the roof. And then for the side profile, this is Audi's smallest sedan, but being the RS model, it is super bold, very aggressive. I love just how wide the fenders are. It really gives this car that rally inspiration for being a performance car. Down below, this even has more carbon fiber for those lower side skirt trim pieces, which adds a really nice touch of style. And then making our way in back, this has more carbon for the rear mounted spoiler, LED taillights with a really nice integral design throughout them. And then we have the updated Audi logo once again with the RS3 logo, and then parking sensors all throughout the rear bumper. Down below that, you're going to see more carbon and gloss black for the rear diffuser. Nice design for the exhaust tips, and a pretty cool light right in the center with some fins throughout it. So really sporty looking car, really good design cues all around to give this a super cool look. Now taking a look at the key fob, you're going to get lock, unlock, trunk release, and we have the RS logo on the backside. If I go ahead and lock the car, you can just walk up to it, and once you grab the door handle, mirrors are going to unfold, it'll unlock, and we can check out this interior. Of course, you're going to find Audi's Napa leather with the green honeycomb stitching, and I really love that design package and Alcantara on the steering wheel. For the door panel, you're going to have some soft touch plastic material up above, and this dark gray ambient lit trim piece leading to the release handle. You also have lock and unlock, memory seating, along with this gloss gray color for the grab handle. The Alcantara is really nice on the insert with these perforations, which are actually backlit, which is a cool touch. You're going to get some padding on the armrest with the contrast stitching, all of your basic window and mirror controls, Sonos audio system with a trunk button, as well as some storage, and then aluminum pedals, as well as a nice RS logo down below. Got RS3 on the side sill, and then all power controls for the seats. You're also going to get manual leg rest that'll pop outwards, and then another look at the really nice leather. Nice bolsters to it. They're sporty without being too crazy race inspired. We have RS up above, more of the green accents, and the seat belts even have the green accents too. Updated steering wheel with all Alcantara surrounding it, and lime green stitching along with the nice stripe. And then now inside the 2025 Audi RS3, keep my foot on the brake, we can go ahead and fire it up. Taking a look at the gauge cluster now, you're gonna get this massive LCD screen with your speedometer on the right side, tachometer on the left. Right in the center, we have a couple things you're able to toggle through, as you would expect, all sorts of short-term information and long-term information for the vehicle. We have the full screen nav. You also have the view icon you can toggle to get an even larger design, and you can very easily go through everything as well and see more information all throughout the car. And then taking a look at the steering wheel, we also have these two red icons. We have the RS icon over on the right side, and when you press that, that's going to put you into the RS individual, where you can configure and have a different view. The checkered flag will get you into the RS performance mode as well, which all the drive modes are going to pop up on the screen, which is quite nice. Now, if we go back into the RS one, you can go into individual and customize quite a lot of it. So we have the torque splitter, you can adjust that. The drive, suspension, and steering is all adjustable, all sorts of different information. And then if we toggle back into there, we also have the RS torque rear, which is more of a rear wheel drive bias drivetrain. Now for the steering wheel, these are now these touch sensitive haptic buttons. So they have a click to them. They're really not all too difficult to use, but nice overall button design. On the right side, we're gonna get some Bluetooth and audio controls. Cruise control, still the stock down here. We have the stock on the left side for turn signals, and then we have our windshield wipers over on the right. You're gonna get a nice set of gray paddle shifters and more of a flat top and flat bottom design for the steering wheel. Got the RS logo, really nice design with all the Alcantara. And then on the right side, we have those headlight controls, the nice satin carbon fiber, a little bit of storage down below, green accents along these air vents, heads-up display system, and just a soft touch material up above. You get more of the air vents on the right side, the nice satin carbon all throughout the dashboard, and then pretty similar screen to what we're used to seeing for the Audi RS3. We can go under vehicle as well. You're gonna get a couple things that are gonna pop up. You can monitor some of the information, the temperatures. You can continue scrolling, see a few more things, and it's actually nice to see we have the brake rotors. Back to the home screen, a couple other tiles as you're used to seeing on any Audi vehicle. More settings right here. You can scroll through, and then back under car, we can go right there. If I go ahead and put it into reverse, you have the nice backup camera with a top-down view. Nice to see. And then we have all sorts of different views as well that you can toggle through. So nice update to see that in this car for sure. And then for that drive select, we have the P button up here and the new shifter, which is definitely very small, but kind of nice design overall. Underneath the screen, you're gonna get your basic climate controls. We have our fan speed over here, different temperatures. You have air conditioning you can adjust, zones as well. We're gonna get heated seats. You can sync the climate control. Then we have controls down below for traction control, parking sensors, and steering. We have wireless phone charging, some plugs, a lot of piano black throughout the center with a volume icon on the far right side. And then we have two cup holders in the center with a park and brake, a little bit extra storage, more green stitching. You have an adjustable armrest, and of course it will open and close. For the glove box on the right side, pretty decent amount of storage. And then one last look at the interior. I like the updates, especially with that Alcantara, and then the green accents are really cool. Up above, we have a nice panoramic sunroof, all those controls up here, and then a thin mirror with garage door buttons underneath. So now hopping into the back seat with the RS3, unchanged as far as size goes, of course, from the previous 8Y generation. But at 5'11", I'm sitting here with good headroom. With the driver's seat at my height, there's a nice enough cutout to where I actually have like 2 inches of legroom. My feet fit fine as well. There are gonna be air vents down below, a couple USB plugs, and then we still have some Alcantara and the padding on the armrest. A little bit harder plastics back here, but it's actually not a bad car. The seats are big, they're comfortable. This owner has a nice booster seat, which fits fine, and we even have a rear-facing car seat in our car, and it fits fine. A little cramped for the passenger up in front, but these can actually be family cars, which is quite nice. Moving on to the trunk space, you're gonna get a button right underneath the Audi logo. It'll manually pop open. You have a little bit over 11 cubic feet of cargo volume in the back of an RS3. It is a small sedan, but honestly, once again, it is still useful even for big family Costco trips or something like that. Underneath the floor, we have a battery and just some tire equipment. No spare tire is in this car. And then there's a nice little cubby on this left side. And then to manually pop down the rear seats, there's a grab handle on the inside. There you can grab and fold them down. They will fold nice and flat, giving you a pretty good entry point into the cargo space, which makes it still a pretty practical car. And then this can seat 3 people, and in the center, you can pull down this for a nice armrest along with 2 extra cup holders. All right, so setting off now in the RS3, just in comfort mode. Giving it some throttle, getting up to speed. Car feels nice and zippy as you would expect. You're gonna see pretty good visibility in this car overall. The mirrors all do a great job. Looking over your right and left shoulder, being a compact car, honestly, it makes it really easy to see around. This new steering wheel, you know, I didn't quite like it in photos, but I like the Alcantara feel, and I really like the flat bottom and top. It makes it feel a lot smaller. So I like the design of it, especially with the green accents all throughout it. It's a pretty cool place to be. And there's some nice up-to-date material uses to where it's a little bit nicer quality feeling, like this smooth material versus just plastic in the old car. So they've done some nice things. The steering wheel controls, they don't really take that much getting used to. Not everyone's the biggest fan of like touch sensitive buttons versus real buttons, but there's these little notches all throughout it to where it does make it a lot easier to know exactly what you're looking at. So I don't really mind the steering wheel controls, actually. It's pretty cool overall. Ride quality is nice, especially with this factory suspension in comfort mode. It absorbs bumps. It's a very forgiving car. And at 5'11", I sit here really nicely. You have that leg rest, of course. So you have a comfortable, nice seating position overall. I mean, this is a fantastic daily driver. Really can't complain with the normal drive settings. Now, pressing that button, we are in RS Performance, and then I can take manual control using the paddle shifters. You have the Sport automatic mode as well. And then just tapping the paddle, you will go into your manual control. So turning onto the fun road, let's see what the performance is like with the updated car. Snappy 7-speed. And everything has tightened up a little bit. So the steering, the suspension, of course the engine tuning, things like that. Exhaust valve has now opened up, and we're gonna get a little bit sharper driving dynamic. Now we can play with the gauge cluster, and we have that really nice massive circular design for it. You can already tell I can feel a lot more of the bump, so it's a bit stiffer now. Still not a back-braking car. Again, this is a great daily. It is great for road use and things like that. The transmission is nice and zippy when you're in the manual control, and it seems pretty responsive overall. With the brakes too, I mean, they're gonna bring you down to a standstill very easily. You have a couple other controls on the left side you can scroll through even in this performance mode. You got some pops. We got mid pipes and the sport exhaust. So a nice setup. Now the RS3 is a front-wheel drive bias drivetrain, so it is a little bit different comparing it to your typical all-wheel drive cars. You're still gonna get kind of that front-wheel drive feeling to it. It's kind of interesting the way the car drives overall, but it's still gonna corner like a champ and really be pretty planted overall. So my honest thoughts with the 2025 RS3. So this car we own. I own a 2024, so obviously this is a facelifted car. I'm gonna be doing a full comparison as well. Check out that video linked below. But what's nice about the RS3 is the fact that it is a very riled up sports sedan without being too crazy expensive. And when I say that, obviously pricing is subjective. The BMW M3 Competition is the ultimate sedan, spec'd out. It's nearly $100,000. So this car, undercutting it by like 30 grand, it's a good value for something that is very performance focused. You can tell when you drive this car, performance is in its DNA. This car wants to be thrashed around the turns. It wants to be floored. It wants to be redlined. It is like a race car, which is so much fun. So the RS3 packs a lot of what an M3 has for less money. It's a little bit more compact, obviously, so there are some sacrifices. But we're still in RS performance mode. You can tell the car is a lot sharper. Now, as far as steering goes, we have another sharp turn. That's been my one complaint with the RS3, to see if there's anything crazy about it, any updates. Brakes work great. Man, the acceleration is unreal. It is so cool how this 5-cylinder just rips this car to speeds. The steering feels pretty good and tight, actually. Don't really feel many complaints with how it handles. You're still gonna get kind of that front end doing things before the rear. It's just an odd design, especially given a wider front track. But it's got a pretty good steering system, just a little weird. Audi, I don't know, I wish Audi could improve their steering a little bit. But it's still very direct, and once you're in the turn, it's really linear going around something. Paddles are super responsive, the transmission is responsive, and even in this mode, the suspension does a great job just absorbing bumps, but not giving you any of the body roll. So it is a really driver-focused car when you want it, which is awesome. And then one touch of a button, it tones down to be a nice Audi. And that's one thing I loved about these cars. While being the 3 Series Audi, which is kind of their baby car, the RS3 has nice, high-quality Audi stuff in it, where it feels like a nice car at the end of the day. And then back in just comfort mode, getting up and going, the transmission seems pretty smooth. There's still gonna be a little bit of turbo lag in this car, so slow speed, low RPM driving, you kind of gotta get on it a little bit to get the power out of it. So it's gonna operate just a little different the way the power is delivered. But once you do, it books. And even in comfort mode, it still stays decently aggressive, which is crazy to see, finally upshifted. So this car is a nice luxury sedan, but it truly is riled up a notch above and beyond what other cars that are maybe in the same price point are gonna drive like. It really packs a lot of fun factor. One touch of a button. Gosh, it is just a fast car. You can take turns like a champ in this thing. It is like a little race car, and yet it's a refined Audi at the end of the day. Now, as far as some slow speed maneuvering, I love the 360 camera. Turning circle is all right. It's an all-wheel drive car, so it's not gonna be perfect, but having a 360 top-down view, it really goes a long way in any modern car, especially with parking sensors. So it's maneuverable, it's easy to park, really not many complaints with it. It is a high-strung car, so if you are looking for a really smooth, comfortable daily with some sporty aspects, you know, maybe an M340i would be better, but if you want performance first, gosh, this thing keeps you on your toes. The hairs on the back of your neck keep standing up. It is just a riled up race car that happens to be a practical small family sedan. So it is just a cool blend of everything. 2025, updates look nice. It is a fun car to drive. Looks great inside and out. Honestly, well worth the price. Just a fun car. So that is it for the 2025 Audi RS3. So awesome to finally check this updated car out. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, stay tuned for plenty more content. Big shout out to the owner of this car once again. Check out his Instagram linked down below. He's had some cool cars before and will continue to have cool cars, so give him a follow. Big shout out to him for allowing me to test out his new car. That is it for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one.